Okay, hello, and welcome to Smizzlecast. Uh, Today I have two guests. Would you like to introduce yourselves, gentlemen?
No.
No? Not at all?
No, I'm sure from the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's my
Uh,
username say? I'm Brain
Brain
Dead
Dead.
from Texas.
okay. Cool. Alright, so, today I kind of wanted to talk about, some conspiracies and stuff, but, why don't we just talk about, how have things been, since we all live in, very different places? How have things been for, you know, dealing with this whole coronavirus thing?
Man,
How has your experience been?
Quarantine is so fucking shit. Like, I want to go outside. I want to do things, right? Because, okay, look, I have a few addictions which I can't say because I have to be inside all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of guess, ish. I think.
Yeah.
Do you want us to guess right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
Gaming addiction,
Drugs.
No, what the fuck? You have to be inside for that.
masturbation.
Drugs.
What?
Masturbation.
Weed and nicotine.
Nicotine.
Yeah.
Is yes? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
They still
Okay.
deliver all the drug dealers near me.
No,
They deliver?
yeah, but
That's crazy.
Yeah, they deliver.
That's
no, but the
crazy.
thing is, everyone's home and shit. I can't go outside, and I'm not allowed to leave at all.
Dang.
I've been caged up for a while. You know,
Yeah.
it's quite depressing. I sit there and look at my desktop. There's all these games.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, I don't want to play any of them. It's quite depressing.
Yeah.
What do we call this? I said something in the server once, and then cabin fever. You got cabin fever. Right?
Yeah. Cabin fever.
Cabin fever.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Uh.
That's an honor.
Yeah.
Man.
Have some pride.
Yeah. I've been just mostly stuck in the house. Last week, I've been trying to go on walks and stuff, but the weather hasn't been too great either. But last week,
I've been reading a lot.
last Sunday, my parents actually made me go to the neighborhood near our church and give out toilet paper and with scriptures attached to them, and I had to tell them.
What the fuck?
I had to go out and tell them it was that I was from the church and we were trying to help them out and stuff. I think we should have put some more stuff in there, some food, maybe some water.
Wait, was it? Was the scriptures and shit written on the toilet paper?
No.
I don't think you can report that right now.
No, it wasn't written directly on the toilet paper, but I think inside, either on the bag or something, we had a sticker with a scripture on it, and we had some information about our church. It was it was not the best thing,
Love thy neighbor.
I'm not exactly the most socially adept person, so it wasn't really the greatest experience. Ever since then,
I can relate to that.
I haven't been outside. I don't think I've left the house for really anything. So, yeah, that's how that's been. What about you, Brain Dead? Any experiences you have to share?
It's been the same. I still go to work because I'm essential work.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of school being closed, this is just how I live my normal life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
My
quite
dad's
nice,
home
actually.
that's the only difference.
Yeah.
No, you're lucky.
Yeah.
I don't like the change. I don't like the change.
No, you're kind of cutting out a little bit.
You don't like a change?
Right, okay, look, I'm using my phone as a mic. It's connected through the internet, right, through my Wi-Fi box to my computer. So if my Wi-Fi fucks up, then my mic fucks up.
I see. All right. But, dang, my ping is, really crazy right now, too.
My ping is pretty bad as well, 123.
Yeah. Well, yeah, mine is 436, but the last ping was 93. Yeah. But hopefully we'll be able to, talk okay, good enough. All right.
Just about.
All right, so let's talk about a few conspiracies. I have a few. One of them is called Operation Northwoods. Now, this is a conspiracy that happened before. It is a a false flag operation, or a proposed false flag operation against the Cuban government that like originated within the U.S. Department of Defense. You know, and so like it called for the CIA and other like government operatives to like stage and actually commit like acts of terrorism against the American military and civilian targets. So basically, uh, like people are faking terrorism, you know, and making it look like it's Cuba. Do you think that
For what reason?
uh
Morale
because
boost.
communism, and it was the
Just
1950s.
communism. Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, it was the 50s and early 60s, I think. And so you got so yeah, it was against like Fidel Castro, and you know, yeah, basically trying to make them look bad. Do you think it's possible that, you know, America and maybe even other countries are doing this, like, you know, against China?
Um, I wouldn't say so. Everything bad that's happening to China, they're doing themselves. They're doing it to themselves. It looks like, at least from my perspective.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, I mean, if you look at the Chinese government, man, they're pretty corrupt and shit.
yeah,
You know, they don't let any sign of like gay come on like movie posters and shit.
yeah. I
I think, yeah.
Are those acts of terrorism though?
No. Wait, actually, are the Chinese committing acts of terrorism as they
Yeah,
get in the
I didn't know.
news?
You said China, and then do you mean like coronavirus as
yeah,
terrorism?
yeah, like using coronavirus in a similar way, like
Oh,
in a similar way to
I think
Operation
someone said that
Northwoods.
about anime and Japan and how that backfired and fucked us up.
Yeah.
Okay. What would be gained though? I mean, see how it fucking backfired. The people underestimate the U.S. government, but they know a lot more than
That
they
is
put on.
true.
They
That is
wouldn't
true.
do something as stupid as this.
That is
Only
true.
like a smaller government. This isn't actually China's fuck up. I
Mhm.
don't think this is backed at all.
Yeah.
Plus, what would we gain? Would we gain like China's like infrastructure?
Yeah, I don't
We
know.
should have their infrastructure
But
first.
China's pretty essential. I don't know why anyone would try to like
Yeah, it's fucked up. We fucked
fuck
us
up
all.
China. Like, you
Fucked us
know,
all.
everything we use is like made in China. You know.
Yeah, that is true. So, yeah, another theory I have is like, yeah, that was a theory that was like kind of, like a friend of mine, like he talked to me about it, and I decided to like mention it, see what you guys think. Like another theory I have is like, China was developing some kind of like bioweapon, and it like either went wrong or it went right, and they're actually lying about coronavirus being a thing in China, and so that like, and they're actually spreading it to America, or you know, to other countries all over the world. What do you think of that theory?
What
I
was
saw a video. I once saw a video when coronavirus was blowing up in China. It was about. It was a woman crying to like her mom or something, saying like, "Oh man, there's sick people everywhere. This is like, you know, bullshit. We can barely manage it. Even the doctors are getting sick and shit." It was just like a recorded phone
Oh yeah,
kind of thing. I mean, it didn't seem staged. It doesn't seem staged.
yeah. It seems like a lot of it seems like a lot of effort that will have to be put into it.
Yeah,
But then again,
that's a lot.
I mean,
That's
they would put in that effort. But,
yeah, you would have to put in that
um,
much effort to fake something that big.
what would they like lower their like? What the fuck am I trying to say? What would they lower their like status in the world like that?
Oh yeah,
again, like as well as like, you know, China is essential to us. We're kind of essential to China because China had a shit economy, but their economy is getting pretty big now. Their economy is like going really well. I don't know why they would
or it was.
fuck it up
You
like
know.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, also, yeah, that another thing that like kind of contradicts that theory is like the low cases that have been going up. Like if they were like, you know, if this whole coronavirus thing was actually like a bioweapon thing, then wouldn't China be lying about cases, like overstating
Yeah,
cases?
no, I
you know?
definitely think they're lying about their numbers. I
Yeah.
100% think they're lying about their numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely lying about the numbers, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, like what do we do? Like what would someone do? Do we have to like does somebody have to like go to China and figure out like how many people like accurately have coronavirus or like uh what would someone do to like actually get the real numbers, you know?
I mean, there's
You
not
have to,
really
like,
much
I
you
guess,
can do. Is there like
Yeah.
testing
you have to
kits?
whoever there's like a health minister, right? They have like normal government, except like the government is they control everything.
Yeah, that is true.
So whoever like is the health minister probably knows the actual like numbers.
Mhm.
Just like find them, kill them or something, take the numbers,
Yeah.
or just like fuck them and take the numbers.
Yeah. That is yeah, that could probably work. I mean, I don't know. Uh yeah, yeah, definitely don't think like their numbers. Well, I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of racist to say that, but at the same time,
How?
I don't know.
So they're lying about their numbers?
Yeah, so to say they're lying about their numbers,
No,
or
I don't
not
think-
really,
I don't think that's racist at
I
all.
don't
or
think it's racist
like
at all.
not really, not necessarily racist
if-
exactly, but like
Not
not
like stereotype
yeah, not exactly racist, but like either stereotyping or like being discriminatory, you know, or
towards China.
yeah,
No, we're just we're just
But they have a
basing it on-
history of corruption.
Well,
so
Yeah.
it's like
It's just
yeah, that
based
is
off
true.
What we know about China already.
Yeah, that is true. But like, I feel like it could be like the equivalent of saying of just assuming that it's a that like if something gets stolen and it's like a house full of people, then it like someone just assuming
They're
like it was the
black.
black person, you know, just because you know they're black and you know maybe crime statistics or something. But
Well, there's like individuals
but-
that more
but
like
we
China's like a
didn't-
group. China's a
we
group.
didn't-
It's a country.
yeah, yeah,
we didn't
China is
tell-
a
I mean, you didn't see the black person with the stolen item. I mean, like the virus started in China.
History. If that
Yeah.
black person had a history of stealing, then yeah.
yeah. If that particular yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, this is a particular thing. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Oh, another theory. I came up with. I think this was actually like on a 4chan post or something. But like, what if coronavirus was enacted? You know, it was purposefully enacted, and maybe not even like a bioweapon, but just like a thing that was done on purpose, so that people could forget about the Hong Kong thing. You remember that, the Hong Kong?
What Hong Kong thing?
I'm not sure what you're on about.
Hong Kong wants to be like an independent country, but China is like
Yeah. Oh, what? That's even.
Oh yeah, the riots and shit.
yeah, and like they're like people who are trying to escape to Hong Kong are being like forced back into China, into mainland China, and so like the way the theory goes is that like in order to like divert people's minds from Hong Kong is to make people think about coronavirus. Like in order to get someone to forget about something, you got to make them think about something else. That's the mindset of the theory. But yeah, so yeah, what do you think about that theory? So, did you guys hear the Hong Kong theory?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, what do you think about it?
I don't know. It seems like it's doing more harm than good, to be honest.
Yeah, that is true. Like, if it's killing so
yeah.
many Chinese people. But then again, like, how much do you think the Chinese government cares about the Chinese people?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
like enough to keep them alive, but if they become a hindrance, they'll be completely willing to kill them.
Yeah, I think that's true too. So yeah, did you guys watch the last episode?
That was a while back.
I think I got like 10 minutes in, and then I went to do something and I just never finished it.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, I had this theory that I brought up about how what if Andrew Yang is responsible or partially responsible for bringing coronavirus to the U.S. Because now all American adults are getting a stimulus package of $1,200 a month. Of $1,200 a month, and like what he wanted to do was give Americans $1,000 a month. If he became president, it kind of like that kind of sort of you know, doesn't that go together just a little bit? Doesn't that make just a little bit of sense?
He's Vietnamese though.
He no, he's not. He's he's Chinese. He's Chinese, bro. All right. No. Yeah, he's Chinese. You know, probably. You know, I mean, Yang. That sounds like a Chinese name.
Wait, no, that's kind of racist.
No, that sounds like a Chinese name.
He's Chinese.
All right.
He's Chinese, bro.
All right. All right. Let me just Google this real quick. Is Andrew Yang Chinese? All right.
I typed that in and said American.
Yeah, American. What nationality is? he's trying to cover it up. He's trying to cover it up. Let me see.
Oh yeah, no. That's it.
Mandarin. Oh, he's Chinese.
Yeah.
He's Chinese.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on like Wikipedia it says his name. It shows his name in in simplified and traditional Chinese. So, yeah. So there's that. So, yeah. So what do you think of that theory? Now that we have proof that he's actually Chinese, and we have something to hold it together.
It's still kind of retarded, man.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what to think about that.
Mm-hmm. So like, what are some things that like coronavirus could like affect, you know, in the future? You know, could it affect like? What are some things that What are some things that coronavirus would like? I don't know, affect and like mess with in the future. You know, like I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far in the future?
How far? What?
How far in the future?
Oh, I don't know.
Future,
Like
right after the virus is over with, or like
yeah, like 10, 20 years in the future. Like 10 or 20 years. Yeah. Like could it?
I think like we'll be fine by then. There'll be no effects except like constantly people bring it up every once in a while. Like, hey, remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. That makes sense.
I think maybe I think maybe a lot of places are still gonna be very cautious about like disease and shit.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Because like after
So it
9/11,
doesn't happen again.
yeah, after 9/11, you know, that was they put a lot more security on airplanes and, you know, international travel. But I think it really just depends on how long coronavirus lasts. You know, if it lasts more than a year, then I think it could really mess up the economy of a bunch of different countries. Like we could
The economy's already getting like, you know, messed up.
yeah, like we could probably like enter like a point where the economy is like almost irreparably, you know, messed up. But other than that, like that's not that I can't think of anything other than that. Like if it lasted for like 2 to like 5 years at least, like I think culture could be changed, you know? Like people would just be doing more things, like people would just be getting so used to, you know, being isolated, assuming that people stay isolated, you know. Like
I think it might cause some health issues, man. The vitamin D, you need to get the vitamin D, man.
yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Like people won't be getting so much sun because they'll all be isolated and stuff. That's an interesting theory. That's an interesting idea.
That's a cool one.
Yeah. I wonder, like, yeah, they'll probably, like, are there any diseases that you can get from, like, not having, like, vitamin D?
Scurvy.
Is it scurvy? Yeah.
Scurvy.
But, yeah.
Wait. I mean, I was gonna say something. I forgot.
Forgot.
But I mean, I reckon if it goes on long enough,
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, if everyone gets infected,
Everyone what?
Everybody gets infected.
Yeah, if everyone gets infected,
Everyone what?
I don't think it has.
Like, literally every time you say, if everyone gets infected, everyone, and then it cuts off.
Right. Look, if everyone gets infected,
Hold on.
everyone becomes.
It cut.
What's with that dramatic
It
pause?
cut off again. You have to just.
No, he didn't cut out. He
He's doing this. So just type it out. Just type it out, and I'll read it.
no, he like said the whole thing. He's just putting a dramatic pause.
If everyone gets infected, everyone becomes.
Becomes what?
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear it. Everyone becomes what?
Oh my god. Wait, did you hear it?
No,
I heard it.
I didn't hear it.
Alright, I'll type it out.
All right.
If everyone's super,
If everyone,
No one-
no one's super. Everyone becomes immune. Okay. If everyone gets infected, everyone becomes immune. It doesn't have capacity to last years. That's true. Like unless it like mutates somehow. But I don't know.
Oh man, plague.
Yeah, people. People have said
Wait,
have
wait,
been.
can viruses actually like mutate and shit like in plaguing?
Oh
They
yeah.
actually do that?
Really?
No, I was like asking if they can
Oh.
actually do that.
I don't know. Like people have been saying like there could be a second wave. But I honestly haven't read too much into it, so maybe not. I don't know. Also, one thing I haven't read too much into is like I think last episode I said there was like almost 1 million cases in America. I misread the statistic and it said like it was like 80,000. Yeah, now it's almost 1 million in the world, but it
worldwide like not too long ago.
it hit 1 million worldwide, and I think what I read earlier, I think I said like 800,000, or I was thinking 800,000, but it was actually 80,000 in America. But I think it's even more than that now. Let me, we have that thing we can check.
Can we compare how many people are there in America?
There's like 3 million now. No, 300 million I think. But
300 million.
yeah, but yeah, now we're at 300,000. We're at 300,000 cases, 8,000 deaths, and 14,000 recoveries, 14.4 thousand recoveries. So I think like the fact that we have more recoveries than deaths, I think that's reassuring, at least a little bit,
Yeah, that is quite sure, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when everything first started, and like there were like plenty of people saying, "Nah, man, it's fine. Like you only get minor symptoms, nothing much happens."
Yeah, that was, man, it feels so long ago, Well, no, it feels like it should be so long ago, but it really wasn't. It was only like a month or so ago when when I first started hearing about cases in Missouri or something. That was, man. I really thought this would be something that like everybody would be panicking over, and then it'd be over before it even started. One of those things like Ebola.
I mean, that would be better than like what's going on now. To be honest.
Yeah, remember when everybody was worried about Ebola? That's nothing. Like
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
like that was nothing compared to what we're getting now. So
I think it's because the Ebola was like more deadly. The fact that it was like taken more seriously as soon as it popped up.
yeah, and yeah, I bet if coronavirus was as bad as Ebola, I think people would take it more seriously, and yeah, kind of sucks that I feel like not enough people are taking it seriously because like the numbers are rising honestly the numbers are still like are rising like way quicker than I think they should. Yesterday we gained like 25,000 new cases just in America, and
oh shit,
yeah, in my state, like it was
guns in my area.
Hmm?
No, keep talking.
Oh, just in my state, it was like 1,600 or something like a week ago, like not even a week ago, and now it's over like 2,200, and like and just a couple weeks ago, it was like 5, and then I don't even it really shot up to like 100 or so like in like really quickly, and I think if more people should just read about it, like learn about it, and like and stay inside. Just stay the fuck inside.
No, I think this is like what's it called? Natural selection. I think this
Natural
is on
selection.
You now.
Yeah.
And like if you're dumb enough to go outside, I saw some friends on Snapchat.
No, that's true. That's true.
Like playing volleyball. I love some of my friends, but I honestly hope they die from it. They're all retarded. They're all retarded from going outside.
Mm-hmm. But
I honestly hope they die, or at least become like permanently disabled. Fucking gooks, all of them.
wow. But yeah, like the thing about coronavirus is that like when you go outside, you're not just risking your own health. You're risking the health of other people. By continuing to go outside, especially if you have the symptoms, or especially if you're sick at all. Like if you're sick at all, then like you could mess up, like you could get somebody else sick, and you can mess up their immune system. And if they don't stay inside, then they could get coronavirus and die, because it hits people the hardest when they don't have very good immune systems.
Another thing is, if you're already sick, you're like, at the time your immune system's like gonna be like pretty vulnerable.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So then, if you catch another, oh right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were saying, what was it? Well, whatever.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't have anything else I don't have any other like notes or anything. Is there anything else you guys want to mention?
I just hope it's over with pretty soon.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, I just realized, and I didn't just realize, but one thing I haven't said is that, we could be using this time to do, some really productive stuff. I've been doing productive stuff, I've been making a bunch of videos. You've been what? You've been making a bunch of what?
I've been making a lot of music on Apple Studio.
Oh, music. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, link to your SoundCloud will be in the description.
Oh, should I?
Yeah, I'll put that in the description. In the description.
Let's go.
All right. Yeah, get those numbers up. Speaking of which, I think I'll also, I think I'm gonna make another Smizzle Discord. I had a poll a couple days ago where I went to see if people would actually want to be on a Discord server. And I talked about in my videos a couple of times, I talked about why I didn't really like those big servers, and why I had a server before and it was just it kind of just went to shit, basically basically I made another poll to see if I should make another server, and with a total of 8 votes, the majority said yeah, I should just make another server. Also,
what a great majority.
yeah, of course. But yeah, it was 6-2. I think that was the. But that also means that people in the comments on that one video were saying if I want to grow at all, if I want my channel to grow at all, I should have a presence outside of YouTube. I think that's the best.
Oh, that would be sick, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I would stream. But I've thought about streaming a couple of things, but I don't know. I'll, once I make the Discord server and it gets, and it gets successful in any capacity, I'll actually, I think I'll start streaming. See if people would be down to watch my streams, and then I'll start streaming something. You could watch me die on the frog level 1,000 times on Cuphead. That could be fun, right? But
I'll be on Cuphead. I never actually finished it.
Yeah, I'm still in those frogs. I'm still in those frogs from the beginning. But all right.
No, you should play Dark Souls.
And Dark Souls? Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
Neo 2 just came out. You can play
Doom Eternal? Maybe I'll play that. I don't know. But, yeah, that's all I really have for right now. I guess thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, share, whatever. And peace out.